All clear. Time to land this ship.
Looks like another helium-3 facility that they just abandoned after it went dry, I guess.
Yeah, he is spacing 8. Wait a minute. Yo, this one of my shit. Oh my god, bro. So I've been getting low quality shit because I've been going out to low quality ass planets. That's crazy, man. Like all this fucking armor, if it in the shit that I got, man. What in the fuck? Different weapon skins and stuff.
Let's go.
The Trackers Alliance.
Think that hurts?
Yeah, I gave Barret an explosive rifle. One has.
You know, traveling with you has been more than just good old-fashioned fun. It's been, well, therapeutic. Well, just ask. Anyway, thanks for the support, Captain. That's just a fact. Which brings me back to that plan I mentioned earlier. I think I know how to move forward now. But I'm going to need your help. My contact sent a gift. Seems real to me. So they found an insurance settlement. Irvin's employers got paid as compensation for sabotage. It seems that the mining company got a huge payout after they won the case against Irvin. We have the settlement paperwork from their insurance. Tons of money. Oh, Also, the cyber runner had to move on to other work, but sent me a passcode to some computer system. I'm not sure what it goes to yet. We can just hold on to it until we figure it out. But anyway, we have enough to move forward. The missing piece here is proving that Irvin was framed. So I discovered that Irvin's original lawyer still practices law, and she'll look over everything we found. Oh,
I don't want to get dragged to
I like
court.
the sound of that. If I'm the detective, does that make you my trustworthy and sensible partner with a heart of gold? Damn right we are. Anyway, we should take everything to the lawyer and see what she says. Maybe she reviews it and decides we have no case, or we need more evidence. I don't know. If we don't have a case, I can probably let it go. But I have to try. Fantastic. I knew I could count on you. You're as reliable as an atomic clock. I've sent a list of everything we found so far to the lawyer in Gagarin. You know, I actually feel optimistic about this. Lead the way, detective.
We're blocked. Time for some fun.
Yes! Hit their engines. There goes their engine.
Right grab drive, huh?
Target ship's engine seems to be having trouble. Too bad. So,
I was just thinking that this is about what Irvin saw all those years ago when he arrived. He probably stood here thinking that he was going to make things better. He had a good heart. More things change, right? Maybe it wasn't the exact same view, but there's probably an atom or two somewhere that was here on that day. If we're lucky, maybe we can ask it for directions. Right. She said she would meet us at our office when we arrive. Hopefully she can tell us what we need to do in order to clear Irvin's name. Let's stick together, though. Gagarin isn't a huge town, but it's not the kind of town that I want to get lost in.
Y'all waiting on me?
Well, well, well. Barret, you're actually here. Astounding.
Ellie! Ellie, come on. I promised we'd stop by, didn't I?
People make promises all the time, Barret. And most folks try to avoid Gagarin, not visit it. Anyway, I'm glad you made it out here. We have work to do, don't we? It's not a resort. It's a working town run by mining corporations. You don't come here unless you need to, and you don't stay unless you have to.
Or unless you're a bright-eyed, optimistic lawyer who genuinely wants to make things better for others. Right, Ellie?
You're kind, Barret. Yes, I suppose there's that type of person as well. Down to business. Perfect. What do you already know?
So we already know that Irvin worked for Hephaestus Mining Company years ago, and they blamed him for catastrophic economic and ecological issues here on Gagarin.
Yes. He lost his case because he didn't defend himself, and we had almost no evidence without him.
I recall receiving a message asking him to appear in court a day after his funeral.
An unfortunate reality of interplanetary legal communiques, I'm afraid. He was publicly blamed for the economic woes, and his accounts were seized in compensation.
His account on Gagarin specifically. It was just the amount he was paid years ago for the job.
Right. They would have taken his assets and other settlements, but by law, his death prevented it. Well, we can bring the case to a judge here if we have new evidence or a witness.
What about the evidence we found so far?
Yes, well, about that. It's just not enough. Not on its own, no. It's circumstantial. Helpful to support our claim, but not enough. In order for me to go before a judge, I'd like to have some solid evidence pertaining to motive. Yeah, we need something major. Documentation, recordings, a witness, something.
It's been so long. How could we find anything like that?
I've thought about this a lot since the original case. The mine that Irvin worked at was shuttered in 2309. They probably still have documents relating to whatever happened there with him. That's where you come in. I don't know which mine he worked at when the incident took place. In theory, you could find that information on a Foundry terminal, if you can access it. You'll need a passcode. That's the hard part. Besides the Foundry records, there also might be something in Irvin's apartment. If he knew he was being framed, he might have held on to some documents there.
Even the confidential records and salvageable equipment? Seems wasteful.
It was probably cheaper than transporting older machines around the planet.
Makes sense. Not many people wander around outside of the city looking for abandoned mines.
Why lock your door when you're the only person on the planet, right? Anyway, try to log into the Foundry system or convince someone to find Irvin's mine for you.
Sounds like an awkward conversation. Fortunately, the captain is rather good at those.
Hopefully, that's enough to work with for now. If you'll excuse me, I have to get some court documents ready for this case.
The Foundry district isn't too far from here.
Ooh, man.
Sure, humans went to space, but nobody thought of inventing locked pockets.
Hot pockets.
Coordinates look valid to me. Imagine Irvin thinking the same thing all those years ago. Just a job, right? Well, at least we know where to keep looking, right? Guess we'll see what state the mine is in. It's possible they collapsed it before they left. We just won't know until we get there. If that's the case, we'll just have to figure something out.
I guess they don't. I guess they don't have their suits on. If they feel comfortable.
Well, this looks promising. This looks like administration. Company records.
Oh yeah, that Vaporeon been on my dick for the 4th straight week.
Bingo. All right. Now let's go find Irvin and Helgi's lab station. Seems like Helgi tried to do the right thing here. I'm sure Ellie would want to see this. He's citing numerous ethics violations dating back to before Irvin's time, and Hephaestus just ignored him. Aha! Will you look at that? If we go to town hall, bet we can get a copy of it. Is that Irvin's employment contract? Let me see. All right, we've got some solid leads, it looks like. The employment contract and the hunting license at town hall. Much better than liquid or gas leads. That much is evident. It was a bit strange going through Irvin's old things, though. I was hoping for some old pictures, but nothing. I did, however, find this odd-looking plant. No, maybe not. But it helps me. Irvin was the last person to handle this plant. It mattered to him. No matter how the
I guess
case
you gonna
goes,
put that cactus up his
this
ass.
warms my heart. I didn't expect to find it, but I love that I did. In any event, I'll go through Irvin's notes in more detail later. There's probably a flowchart somewhere with this little guy's name on it. Oh, on that note, we should give it a name. I'm thinking something simple yet refined. What do you think of Harvey? Then it's unanimous. Okay.
Gotta be honest, I don't care what you call the plant.
Me and Harvey have a case to solve. We've already got the coordinates to mine H363. But this will still solidify the fact. ever read about the early history of spaceflight? It's so political. So familiar sometimes. Ellie! Hello?
Welcome back, detectives.
Ellie, I sent you all the data from the mine already. As I'm sure you know.
Yes, I've been reviewing it. Sit down. Let's have a chat about it. Welcome back, you two. How was the trip to the mine?
You're gonna love this, Ellie.
Basically, or at least aggressively negligent. What you both found in that mine is remarkable. These documents show that the chemicals released by the mining process contaminated the ecology even before Irvin was tasked with removing the predators. And they also show that Helgi informed Hephaestus of the issue, and it was repeatedly ignored. And with that, I think we've got ourselves a case, my friends.
Yes! That's what I wanted to hear, Ellie. Woo!
Yes, but it's still likely to lose. Because what we really need now is Helgi as our witness, and that is a problem. Helgi's documents are nothing without him there in court, explaining them to the judge.
Does Helgi still live around here by any chance?
Sort of. He's, unpredictable, though. That's also a bit tricky. He's hard to find. Doesn't really stay in one place for long. You might ask Dr. Kayala. She checks up on folks
my
who fall through the
goodness.
cracks sometimes. You'd have to convince her to tell you where he is. That might be hard.
And you know, Barrett's
like
quest
we're
is
making a stop at the
so
med
doggone boring.
We'll be back.
So doggone boring, Barrett. Who cares?
If he refuses, then he refuses. Can't force him.
Yeah, we don't want to press him too hard. The last thing we need.
All right,
This
all
is gonna
right.
take a lot.
I'm out. I'm out.
Do you need medical assistance? Are you injured? Is there something I can help you two with?
Do you happen to know Dr. Helgi Hansen? We're trying to get his help with something.
Sorry, who are you exactly?
We're detectives. Self-taught and unaffiliated. Freelance detectives. With the emphasis on the free part.
Wait, what? Detectives? Sorry, I don't think I know what you're talking about. I mean, there's Irvin the Slaughterer and Irvin the Scourge of Gagarin, but I doubt that's the same person, right? I'm sorry, I'm not a tour guide. You'll have to ask some.
We're trying to help him.
Ellie's a good person. That bodes well, but I can't violate my oath. Listen, I can say that Helgi took up a job working at Clink's. I saw him there stacking boxes. I've got to get back to my work.
So 16,000 credits in total so far spent on Barret, bro.
Yeah, whiskey. Make it a double. What's that kind of
You just see this old ass man in the corner.
Tell me I've won a ticket to a new.
Sorry, Doctor. Not today. We came to Gagarin to investigate Irvin Mandani's contract with the mining company a long time ago. Ring any bells?
Irvin, yeah. Biologist. Hunter. Yeah, I remember him. Then find the history slate. An ancient history slate. Because that's what it is.
Please. Irvin was once one of your colleagues. He was the one Hephaestus blamed for an ecological disaster about 20 years ago. Do you remember any of that?
No, I don't remember lies. you're about 20 years too
Oh
late.
man.
Look, I know this is strange. We show up out of the blue about things that happened decades ago. Right now, nobody save us knows the truth. And that means we're the only ones who can clear Irvin's name.
And what of it? You probably think the sky is blue too. Well, you'd be wrong. It's whatever color Hephaestus says it is.
Only if you let them. You're a scientist. Your words matter. That's why we need you to testify.
Testify? The trial is over, the verdict rendered. In case you two clowns didn't get the memo. Ellie Yankton? But why? It doesn't matter. Nothing's changed. I cannot do that. Why is this so hard
I
to
cannot
understand
do that.
here?
Well, he got the
Damn right it does. I just didn't think there was a way to challenge them. Fine, you've convinced me. I'd be willing to testify on one condition. I want to know what happened to Irvin. Because when he disappeared, let's just say I had an epiphany. Hephaestus didn't need to say a word. That's when I knew the threats against me and my family were real.
Dr. Hodgson, it wasn't Hephaestus that took Irvin's life. It was the war. Irvin was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Caught in the crossfire.
caught in the crossfire.
It won't change the past for either
Hurricane crossfire.
of us. But I will testify. And maybe, wherever Irvin is, you'll be glad that we can finally stick it to those assholes at Hephaestus.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, don't get all mushy on me now. I need a drink.
Helgi didn't look so bad, did he? Although I can imagine Hephaestus will say otherwise.
Okay, you two.
All right, we standing
lay it on
up.
me. Did you
We
find
stand
Helgi?
up. We making this
Did he
quick.
agree to testify?
Well, we've got good news and bad news. Which do you want first?
Ugh, I hate this game. Just give me the bad news first.
I'm trying to be kind here. But let's just say if 3 people walked into the bar and I was asked to seat the brilliant zoologist, it wouldn't be Dr. Hodgson.
But he did agree to testify, right? I take it that's the good news? I'm truly surprised. I won't say that I doubted you exactly, but, well, you two have done all that you could. Now it's time to hand the baton off to me.
What do you think, Ellie?
You've done a pretty decent job gathering evidence for this case.
So what's the verdict?
I am cautiously optimistic we can win this case.
Optimism is good.
We'll likely be able to clear Irvin's name and charge Hephaestus with a number of crimes. The only challenge I see is getting all of that and recompense for Helgi. All in all, though, really outstanding work. And I've got to imagine that wherever Irvin is...
Agreed, Ellie. And that... We should probably get out of Ellie's way and let her do her thing. We can talk more in private.
I know you guys are
Wow,
punching the
we
screen,
actually
talking
did
about
it.
get back to
Solved
the
case.
U
And hopefully
sequence.
cleared Irvin's name. I feel like, what's the old saying? A great weight has been lifted off, but it's actually true. I feel like I'm 80% biomass and 20. It's a relief. I'm feeling great. Why stop at emotional satisfaction when we can... But if I can be serious for a moment...
Anything
makes two
for a
of us.
friend.
In fact, Harvey's got a little exploring. According to this slate I found, turns out that our spiky friend... Say no more. You know how it is. We've been through a lot. I had forgotten what it was like. On top of everything else, investigating Irvin, I've come to realize that some events... It's whatever leaves an impression on you, right? People who changed you. When I packed my lunch the other day, thought of my grandmother doing the same for me as a child. She knew I appreciated even if I didn't know how to say so yet. I hope she knew anyway. We only get a brief moment in this unit. To be who we are.
Uh-huh.
And the definition of that, if one is fortunate. Like any group, constellation. I've explored.
Yeah.
I don't want.
Friendship.
You took the words right out
Friendship.
of my mouth. Now.
All right. He considers you an ass.
Required. Type. Microcell. Inquire at. Salvage yard. Battery accepted. Operational power levels restored. Analyzing. Residual damage detected. Impact shielding. Visual systems. Damage within acceptable limits. Thank you for your aid. I must resume my mission. Please step aside. Major Sanon will have to wait. I cannot leave my mission. Although previous attempts to disarm the weapon have been unsuccessful, additional support may allow me to complete my active mission more quickly, allowing me to leave this place. Excellent. We must disarm Unit XW-99. Designation Siren. Nearest final xeno-weapon. Are you ready to proceed to the mission site?
Kaiser, I think you're on the fritz. You're not seriously suggesting we fight an actual xeno weapon.
I am suggesting precisely that. I have thus far been incapable of disarming Unit 99 myself. Support, however, may allow success. Follow me. Mind your step, as you have no doubt witnessed. This region. Attention. Possible threat in area. Target confirmed. Kill protocols engaged.
The sirens look kind of nice design wise. Yeah, they definitely look doable.
Ecliptic scrounging for mech parts in this heat is not what I wanted to see today.
Or we can just go ahead and switch Barret out now, you know. I'm tired of him already. Yeah, you know, Definitely,
One of my people. Look for the pile of junk. Never fails.
I am detecting Unit 99. But there is a complication. Unit 99 is on the other side of that reach. But it appears to be under the control of hostile forces. Sensors suggest Ecliptic, a mercenary company like Ecliptic, would only want Unit 99 to utilize it as a weapon. This means Unit 99 must be disarmed immediately. Standard procedure would be a frontal assault on the outpost. No order given. Do you concur?
Ecliptic isn't going to back down, but neither are we.
Moving out.
I hope they have like some ecliptic Merc DLC. That would be Grizz 8.
Unit 99 service is now complete. Mine, however, continues. Our work here is finished. Now, what is this mission you spoke of? Major Sanan is involved. A plague of terramorph attacks. That is disconcerting. You are docked at one of a kind. I will meet you there.
I can't believe it.
Major Sanan, Dr. Walker.
You're in better shape than I expected, Kaiser. Shouldn't take us long to get you back up to full fighting capacity.
This is good to hear. I was told there was a new threat on the horizon. I wish to learn more.
Percival will give you the full story.
Plus, get you dressed for the occasion.
Occasion? Where are we going?
Londinium.
Londinium. Doctor, I will require additional armaments.
That's the plan. Come on.
Captain, you're with me. Time to walk you through what we came up with. So they'll have gear there, but if I were you, I'd bring something with some stopping power. Just in case.
There are many more freezing worlds than cozy ones. You'd think we'd take care of the cozy ones more.
Hope Tech Cap. Hope Ron. Hope. Hope you got $1 million in your bank account.
You remember that creature we talked about before you went to Nira? The thing that eats terramorphs, the Asyles? Apparently, they were bloodhounds for terramorphs. But when the UC ran low on synthetic foods during the Colony War, the Asyles were chosen to fill in the gaps. We thought they were harvested to extinction. But in the data, the research team found the location of a few remaining specimens. As you can see, what we're proposing is bringing them back. We'd breed populations of them, distribute them to human worlds, and then let nature take its course, using a method that thousands of years of adaptation have already perfected. We could speed up their breeding process using some of the same technologies that were used to create me. We even think that with some time and investigation, we could use the Asili's hunting skills to track down the Terramorph transmission method at long last. Find out how humanity spread them and put an end to the Terramorph problem definitively. If you pick a fight with one, or you're a Terramorph, sure. But Asilis were already spread across the galaxy once before during the Colony War. As livestock.
They're far less of a danger than the one we're proposing to clean up.
I really think it could. Now, there is another option for removing the Terramorphs from our worlds. It's faster, maybe even more efficient, but riskier. A microbe. Something we could aerosolize, let spread, and have it clean up anything with Terramorph DNA for us, which would include morphs, and we expect their transmission method. It'd still take time to build, test, and distribute, but no other method could hold a candle to it when it comes to sheer efficiency. Not even the Asilis.
Certainly sounds like the lesser of two monsters. Means we're still dealing with monsters, though.
People have been making dragons out of unfamiliar species as long as there's been people. But the Asilis are a known quantity. We don't need to fear them. With either path, though, we're looking at a long-term commitment. Years of work. Even just getting these plans off the ground is going to take time. And all routes are going to require some highly specific materials to make things work. Terramorph cell lines we can breed quickly and consistently to test on. Asili's gene samples we can use to rebuild their bloodlines. Or sharpen our microbes' tracking skills. Not the sort of things any labs just got lying around.
But we think we found one place in the
this is why I like
galaxy
advanced
where we
sciences,
we should be able to
the
find all the
possibilities.
materials we need. All paths lead to
Oh yeah,
Londinium.
we making
Exactly what
modified people.
Now,
We making
UC
dragons.
has a small operating base
We're making
on Londinium's
aeromorphs.
outskirts.
We're making
We're cleared for
Mobians.
access, but we'll need to check in with the base commander, Sarah Hatum, when we touch down. I'm gonna help Percival and Kaiser
That's right,
prep,
we're
but
fierce
once that's
out
done,
here,
we'll
we're
rendezvous with
fierce.
you there.
But you need to know, Londinian, it belongs to the Terramorphs.
They'll have anti-Xeno gear for us at the base, but I'd make sure you've got your favorite arms on hand.